Understand. I have messed this thing up, Sharon. Sharon, come. I don't know what happened. I thought I deleted my. I said I deleted it. I don't know. Something is wrong. Did I delete my event? I hope people saw it too. Because I put the what is going on? I hope people are not going to the church. I don't know. I hope people saw that online. The thing is, I can't even log. I'm trying to log in. I can't even log in. No. It's no. This is my. I can't even. Yes, I can't. It's live. Yeah, I'm trying to log into my. Into your Facebook? No. What do you call it? Eventbrite. You already opened. No, I logged in as somebody attending. I want to log in as the organizer to send a message. Because I don't, because before people thought this, I don't know how it went into be, what do you call it, face to face. I hope I got the login details right. seems people, it seems this one I sent, the I saw it sent the Zoom link. Let me ask Hello, Amanda. Hello. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, very well.
Hi.
Yes, let's look at lots of people around that I think in the venue.
Oh, I can't hear you properly.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, it was cutting out. Yeah, what did you say?
I said I think around.
Oh, I can't hear properly at all. It keeps cutting in and out.
Okay. It seems lots of people.
Yeah. Oh, people are coming in now?
I think some of them are face to face.
Oh, why do I not hear you? I can hear you, but it keeps cutting in and out.
Okay, just a minute. So what I'm saying, I think I need to check the laptop. Are you hearing me better now?
Yeah, but it just keeps cutting in and out.
Okay. Let me go back to laptop. No. Thank you. Sorry. Okay. Use this one.
Hear me?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you much better.
Okay. Yes, I've tried to tablets.
Where am I? Wait, let me take my camera off. Hold on. I'm not using my iPad, so I had to use my laptop because my iPad, the battery died. So let me just navigate my way around 1 second. I can take my camera off. That's it. Here.
Okay.
I'm here now. I'm fully here.
Oh yeah, yeah, I can see you now. So please, because of the confusion, let's give people some time. I'm sending you a message.
Yeah. That's fine. I'm just eating, so I'm going to take my camera off for a minute and I'll put it back on.
It's all right. Now, where is this airplane? Oh, okay. I know why. So I can do my this. Have to go off. Yeah. Okay. So remove it. No, it's not. Yeah, because the this one is on. I don't know how I'm going to remove it. Okay. Yeah, I'm gone. Okay, let's come back to this. How do we get this back? Okay. That's it. Oh my God, so sorry. This thing just messed me up. Hello, Pastor Dapo.
Hello, ma.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, ma. How are you, ma?
I'm okay, thank you.
Good, ma.
Yeah, I think some people didn't get the because it was sent by email. I don't think they
I
got
know. I just have to go to my email as well to get it.
Yes, I think that's a problem. I'm trying to send them everybody the link.
The link, okay.
Yeah. Everyone be patient with me. I think I'm sending messages to people again. It's a shame what Eventbrite did. Usually Eventbrite will send out the message even on that very day. Maybe because it's a free one now, they are changing. So be patient with me. Awesome. Okay. So let's wait till 3:30 while I send these things. If by 3:30 the people I've sent have not coming, we just go ahead. I forgot to. Okay. I've sent the messages to few people. So we're supposed to be around 16. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Still a little bit more. Sorry, everyone. It's my fault. I was relying on Eventbrite. So send reminder again today. It seems they didn't. Okay, Sister Elizabeth. Yeah. Hello, ma. Good afternoon. I sent you a link to the meeting. I think you didn't get the email. It's okay. No, we're about to start. We'll start in 5 minutes time. It's okay. No problem. In 15 minutes, in 5 minutes time, we'll start. Yes, ma'am. Okay, see you, ma'am. Yeah, the email didn't send. Please stop. Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello, Pastor Dapo, Sister Amanda, Elizabeth, my daughter, Mommy Jane, Sister Landy, Sister Natalie, Pearl, Sister Pearl Kamala, and Sister Tammy. Accept my apologies, everyone. This time, we advertised it on Eventbrite. It sent out messages a few days ago, and actually, it was advertised that it was live in the church premises. And one of you called, and so we changed it, and they sent a reminder. So they're supposed to have sent another reminder today, even on the phones. They didn't do that. So some people are not here, but we're going to go ahead. So I'm so privileged that you signed on. Is everybody active now? Is everybody here? Hello, everyone. If you are active, if you are listening actively, please let me either see you.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. It seems okay. Fine. So thank you so very much. And we are going to go forward. Let us have a word of prayer. Our Father in heaven, we thank you for this is a wonderful day you have made. It is awesome. It is marvelous. And we are already rejoicing in it. And we are glad that we are alive in the land of the living. Lord, your word said that my people perish for lack of knowledge. And you are God of knowledge. You intend for us to be knowledgeable. You are God that accomplishes great things, and you want us to accomplish great things, oh God. Father, as we go into this time of brainstorming around activating our passion, Holy Spirit, we ask that you help us greatly. Help us with delivery, that we will deliver with accuracy, and help your children to receive that after this meeting, that something will be sparked up in our spirits, in our emotion, in our mind, in every areas that we will step out there and do greater things for you. And you will take all the glory and we will be blessed mightily. Thank you. As we go along with you. Blessed be your name, O God. In Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Hallelujah. Praise God. I don't know how possible it is for you to come on video. I want us to first. It's going to be a group team. So I want everybody, because for us to step out there, we must be comfortable being around other people. That's one of the problems. We want to hide in our own comfort zone. But for your passion to be active, for you to deploy your action, you should be comfortable looking at other people. So if you can come on video, maybe you go off later, but just come on video, and we're going to do, this is like an icebreaker, so that we are able to contribute. Everybody is going to contribute. It's not just, I'm not here as a teacher. So we are here as interactive forum, interactive platform. for us to share what we are doing. So please come on video. Thank you, Amanda, for coming on video. Thank you for that. And I'm going to bring you to the spotlight first, so everybody sees Amanda. So Amanda, please introduce yourself. I think this is you're muted.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. My name is Amanda. I've known Pastor Chika for a very, very long time. I attend New Life Christian Center, and that's in Wembley.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for coming up. So who else is coming on video? Landy, are you there? Elizabeth, Pastor Dapo.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm privileged to be among the people that's first day of and the first event of Passion. I love it.
Okay, hang on.
And I'll just say hello to everybody.
Hang on, Pastor. I want to bring you. No, hold on. I want to bring you on the spotlight now. Okay, now I have to remove Amanda from spotlight. I'm not removing you from all spotlight, but from this. Okay, introduce yourself.
Okay, afternoon, everybody. My name is Adida Kwashno, and I'd like to always talk to people, group discussion, even though that's what I'm doing in my company as a mentor, to talk to people, even though without talking alone, I can see what people are going through, and I can talk to people how to move forward in their life. And one thing that's I'm doing with TFL, which is that's where I belong to, which is I used to use opportunity to preach Christ to them, and also to tell them that Jesus loved them, and also to show them the way. Some people are confused in this country. Sometimes they have money, they don't know what to do with money. I have a lot of people in my company like that, but sometimes you need to, come in like that and they begin to bring some little thing to them to know Christ. And there's some people today, they are going to church. And that's part of
that. Yes, wow, thank you. So you're already doing something, but we'll get to the make it to heighten it.
Yeah, sometimes they call me, oh, I want to do this, I want to buy property. That's where I go in keen to them. And for that, because they know I know about that one, they come to me, oh, please, I'm looking so I'm looking, okay, do this, do that. Then I say, okay, what are you? Are you Christian? Are you do that? Oh, so where you go to church? Oh, I used to go once in the blue moon, Christmas and Easter. Yesterday, somebody says that. I said, why you call yourself Christian when you go only Easter and Christmas?
Okay, so hang on, Pastor, hang it on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to this. Okay, let's have Sister Landy.
Okay.
Yeah, hello, Sister Landy.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. It's nice to be part of this conference today.
Yeah.
And learn more about prayer. Yes, I know Pastor Chika years and years ago. I think she used to come and preach in a church in South London. I think that was 10 years ago. And yes, and then I later met her again last year when she became my family advocate, helping me with issues regarding social service. So I'm really grateful to have met her, and I'm looking forward to the conference today. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you for sharing. Now we come to Sister Elizabeth. Look at you. I missed your face. You look good. Don't worry, you look good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now let us
you. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. I am so happy and privileged to be here. I've known Pastor Chika for maybe 13, 14 years. She is like a mother to me. when push comes to shove, I give her a call. Mom, it's time to pray. So
praise be to God.
So when I got this invite, I was like, yep, I have to be here. So I'm looking forward to learning so much from this. So thanks again.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. So who else is coming up on video and introduce yourself, please? Natalie, Temi Lolua, Pearl, and Mommy Mimi Jane. Who is taking over?
I'm not decent at the moment, but I'm going to introduce myself.
Okay, so Natalie, yeah? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm Amanda's daughter.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yes, so, but introduce yourself as you, not as Amanda's daughter.
Yeah, so my name is Natalie. I attend TG This Generation Ministries in Wembley, kind of Preston Road side. I know Pastor Chika from my mom, and that's me.
That's good. You're welcome. Thank you for joining us. Now, Mommy Mimi Jane, let's see you again, please. Let's see your face. Good. Okay, let me put your spotlight. Yeah. You're so refreshed.
Pastor, if you have seen me before, I was in my dressing gown.
Good to have you.
Because you said everybody should come on out to run quickly. Anyway, my name is Jane Nini Adai. Pastor Chika is my pastor in Good News Bible Church. When Pastor put out this program, Activating Your Passion, that was something that, I didn't even, I was trying to put some lipstick on. It didn't even go right. Sorry. And yes, so I saw the title and I thought, okay, this is something that I like to. Now, the area of my passion tends to be prayers. And I just want to say that since I gave my life to Christ, the prayer intercession has always been an area of passion for me. And I write about prayers as well. And so this is an area that I really want to sort of activate more and more. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And I must add, Mommy is 2 books or what now?
Sorry?
You have written a book or 2?
Yes, I have written. The second one is in the publishing now. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Well done.
Thank you.
Can we meet you, Temi Lolua? Can we meet you? Are you active, Temi? Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yes, okay.
I am. Okay, so my name is Temi Lolua. Thanks for the room.
Tell us a bit of yourself.
I was attending to the baby, so I missed out on what we're doing actually. So I'm to introduce myself. Okay, so I recently moved to the UK about close to 2 months now. Auntie Chika is my auntie, she's my husband. And so 3 things that I'm supposed to say 3 things, right?
Okay, share now quickly. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So areas of my passion. I love women. I love to encourage women, motivate them, encourage them to make the best of life. I love to counsel them. That's one. I love to pray. Prayer comes naturally to me. Something like I can do anytime, every day, anywhere. And thirdly, I love children. So I'm looking into having something for teenagers, getting them to be grounded in their identity, letting them know that God is their father and not a slave driver. So those 3 things. Thank you.
Amazing. No, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing. Then, Pearl, are you active? Can we hear from you, please? Hello, Pearl. Hello. Okay. Okay, since she's not active, I'll bring myself to spotlight. Oh, you're at work. That's fine. Okay. Well, as we all know, I'm so glad having each and every one of you. And one thing that stands out is when you put your hand forward in this kind of events, it shows that you already have something that you want to do. You just want to get that spark. And we're here to spark up something in you to go out there. So, but before we go into that, I want to give you a little bit of background about myself. I hope I'll wrap it up quickly. Tonight, I was always looking for a way to improve my community. And from nowhere, for the first time, the town council in my village drafted me into the town council. I was the only young person, and I was the only teenager. And I was asking them why. They said they can see the passion. I want things to happen. That was my first test of leadership. So I was watching them, what they were doing. They would ask me of my opinion. So from there, in my high school, things happened. And from nowhere, in the school, to write the name of anybody in the last level, they want to be their senior prefect. Small. I was so surprised that after they have everybody have written names, I scored. So in fact, almost everybody wrote my name. So I was the senior, what we call senior in the school. From there, I found myself in leadership. Leadership, supporting and helping people who are going through situations. So when that finished, we came to the UK, and the church started. I had this burden in me about the UK. I had a burden that Christians were not in politics, where decisions were made. And I listened to Christians, we pray, then we mourn, we complain. Our government is not doing that. We are supposed to do that. And I had this, I was really, I had this holy anger. That somebody needs to do something. I just put my hand up. I turned my husband, and he said, okay, go ahead. And then I stood for a counselor. And of people criticize me because when they invite me for women conference to speak as a speaker, when they introduced me as a pastor and a politician, everybody was like, oh, some people want to work. I don't believe in after praying and I don't see the change, I start complaining. Then somebody needs to go out there to do something, because faith without work is dead. You cannot just be praying about something. You have to take action. So that was how I went on it. And when, as a counselor at the time, I had when I finished, another party called me to come. The first black president.
Hey, that was how I made the first one, but I think it's the first time I did it. Your mom said it was too dry.
Okay, sorry for that. So they made me the first female black president of a UK political party. It is called Christian People's Alliance. But for some reasons, because I have a purpose that I'm pursuing, I didn't see that purpose. I didn't see the likelihood of the manifestation of that purpose. I stepped down and I left that political party and joined another one. So that is a brief. So I tell people, some people say, okay, so why are you in politics? In the UK, especially when you're in the local authority, a councillor or anything, it's not about the money at all because you're only given an allowance. And you also have parish town councils. They don't even pay you anything. You only serve your community. So I have never, excuse me, I have never been in these leadership positions because of what I will get. I am always driven by the love for my community. The love to make change happen. I don't believe in just sit down and see change happen. There's something in me that will not sit down. And once I see something going wrong, I want to solve it. So that pushes me. So I always tell people, I say, my faith is who I am. I am defined by my faith. My lifestyle is defined by my faith. But my politics that I play is what I do for my community. My politics is what I do for my community. So having said that, that is where I have. So you can now find out somehow the purpose why I do things that I do. Recently, even before I became a counselor, I noticed children when social services intervene in families. This is from 2008. I began to, it was a particular family, 4 children, they wanted to take that family away, 2008. And I just accompanied the woman as her pastor's wife. So while I was there were about 12 organizations represented by different people, the police, the nurse, teachers, and social services. And that was the last day for them to decide to take away those 4 children. And I sat there listening to all of them. I sat there, they were bashing the woman, they were criticizing the woman, building up the strong case why they needed to take the children away. So when they now finished submitting all they want to do, the chairman wanted to make a statement. I couldn't keep quiet. I just raised my hand and said, please, can I say something? I have been here. So the chairman of the meeting conference said, yes, I could speak up. So I now spoke to them passionately. And I gave them a suggestion. I told them that what they were doing was wrong. I'm not going to go into the full details, that what they were doing was wrong, that they should do it this way. And everybody was like, wow, that's the spark. The chairman said, wow, they never thought about it. And that was what they did. They didn't take away those children and they started supporting the family rather. So when that came up, it's like, so the more, once I did that, the problem, I began to see the problem everywhere I went to. Whenever people call me, that's the only problem that was coming on my table. So I began to build up hunger and holy anger against that. What will I do? What can I do to solve this problem? That was how I got into this issue of advocating for families and now training parents. I now train parents up and down the UK, especially parents who have who are going through child protection issues, safeguarding issues, or where children have already been taken away from their family. So I support them, and also I do training. We have, with my team, I have built up a team now of, I think we're about 6 or 7. So we train parents from every nook and corner of the UK and those who are coming in newly into the UK to ensure that their children are not taken away. So why did I tell you this story? I'm telling you this story to give you example that you can do what I'm doing now, and you can do much more. And some of you are already doing them. Some of you are causing changes wherever you find yourself. There are times you are not aware, you are not recognizing it. You just do it one-off. So I must congratulate you. Now, who among us knows who Malala is? Okay, Sister Sancha, thank you for coming in. Please, who is Malala? Is it possible to see your face, even if it's once?
Not really, because
okay.
not at the moment, Ma. But Malala Yousafzai, she's a young girl that lived in India. She's a Nobel Peace Prize winner now. She was shot in the face by the Taliban, and she got worldwide recognition, and then she moved here, you know, to seek asylum, and she's just doing a lot for underprivileged girls and children that are deprived of education in third world countries.
Wow, thank you so much. Yeah, actually, she's from Pakistan.
Yes, Pakistan, not India.
Yeah, Pakistan. So that girl didn't start up to change the law.
Yeah.
She was not seeking for publicity. She was not seeking for money. But maybe in her little space, she saw injustice, and maybe she spoke about it. She took an action, and they shot her. So usually when somebody is shot with a gun, a child, it will spark off depression, anger, bitterness against the world, and the person will go into the shelf and be angry. And but you can see that she converted that to a passion. So when that happened to her, she realized that, oh, that means a lot of people have been going through this before. So what can I do to make sure it doesn't happen? That is how she began to advocate. And now, out of that advocacy, she has been recognized worldwide. So why did I talk about Malala? It's because most times we are held back because of the challenges we have been through or because of what we are going through. So we are just there thinking of, look, I'm not in the best place. I am too hot to do anything. I have no experience. I cannot do anything. These things can hold us back. But actually, our pains, our challenges is always meant to push you out there to do something, to cause a change. That what happened to you will not happen to somebody else. Or any good thing that happened to you, you want it to happen to somebody else. So I want us to share with us, do you know of any young person in your neighborhood that was killed unjustly? Do you know of something not working in your neighborhood? Have you ever met a homeless person or people who are sleeping rough? Have you seen anything wrong in your community? When you saw it, what was your reaction? Can somebody share with us? Is there something you have witnessed? Didn't happen to you. It has happened to somebody else. It's not working in your community. And maybe you felt bad or you felt good. What did you do practically after you have felt bad or you noticed it? So can somebody share with us an example of what you saw that is not working or something that happened that was bad? What did you do?
Well, for me, it's not necessarily in my community.
Okay.
It was a thing where I had visited Nigeria for the first time.
Okay.
And when I went there, I was quite shocked at the way that we hear that there's so many charities, Christian Aid, Water Aid, charities for girls to go to school. And when I went there for the first time, it's like, there's poverty in Nigeria or Africa, but nobody warned me. So when I woke up the next morning and I was walking down the street, I saw 7-year-old girls with buckets on their head selling food, and I saw like children working, selling water, and people walk around them like this is normal. So I was shocked. I was distressed. I even said to my husband, I was like, why didn't you warn me that I was going to see such a thing? Because I'm really distressed. My heart was beating and all of that. And then I decided, and I saw, children in the church. You can see that they were underprivileged. Some of them couldn't really afford to go to school, whether it be Christian children or Muslim children. And then I decided to do a GoFundMe where we did a summer holiday club for the children. by God's grace. We were teaching them during the summer how to play musical instruments, so violin, piano. They'll get fed a few times a week. And where we paid for school fees for a few school children, where it was a thing where it wasn't just my money. I started collecting money. So from people at work, from friends, I did a GoFundMe, and everybody was so happy to kind of help. And when we did that, and then, you know, you can see that the children were very grateful. They went swimming, something that they had probably never done, you know? So even when I went back there again, they were like, oh, please, you know, can this continue next year? Can it continue? So you can see that it was something that they were really grateful for. I even tried to reach out to other charities like, you know, TD Jake, Joyce Myers. None of them got back to me. But when I saw that, I thought, you know, I'm going to make a difference with the little I can do, even if it's to change 15 children's life, change their lives by God's grace.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So you saw something and you stepped out to do something. And that is what we are talking about. So there is a purpose. You saw a purpose. You saw a need. And it took passion for you to say, I'm not just going to pity these children. I'm not just going to pray about it. I'm not going to just sit here and wish that somebody will help them. I'm not going to be satisfied because there's a water aid or other people are already helping them. And you said, no, I'm going to take a step. That is the passion we are talking about. That's the passion. So passion is when you have a purpose, when you see a need and you take action towards it. So the problem is action. So a lot of us, we have seen so many needs, but we have not, something in us said do something, but we have stood back. And that is what we want to spark off today. It is that action we are looking at. So a lot of us here today, we have a purpose. We have seen a need. We have thought about the need. Maybe we have done one thing about the need. Then we go back into our shelf. So we are here today. That is the summary of activating your passion. We are here to steer you up, to go further than I have read about them. I have given one off. I have told somebody about it. So now, push you into doing something. That is where we are. So your passion is the drive. Drive is like a drive. That's something that pushes you, like the ignition of a car. You want to go to somewhere, you enter into your car. If you just sit there, the car will not move, you'll not go to that place. But what makes you get to your destination is to kickstart the ignition. And that's the action, the active thing you do. Some people are, so, is there another person that wants to share what you have seen, what you did? Then we are going to talk about Sister Sasha. We are going to still talk about that passion. And I want you to focus on that you have started it. What else? So I think Mommy Mimi Jenny want to share with us. You are still muted, man.
So sorry. Yeah. Many years ago, when I think 2004, is when I had a passion to work with children. I was managing a women's refuge in a local authority, and I saw some of the women and the children that were coming in who have suffered domestic violence. And it really pained me to see that mothers who would walk in, or the police would bring them to the refuge where I was working. And the children, sometimes you see their faces and it really bleeds your heart. And it's always been my passion to sort of either work with children. My first brother was an adopted son. So when it came to adoption and fostering, it was something that was on my heart. So along the years, 2006, I decided to go into fostering because I saw the nature of some of the children who were coming from dysfunctional homes and from one fostering family to the other. And it really made me step in to be a foster carer. Okay. And me and my family, we had, children who were coming in, staying with us, sometimes for the weekend until the police finds another place for them, or the local authority finds another place for them. Or some of them, they'll come with us, stay with us for a year. Some of them 6 months, 3 weeks. In fact, somebody came for 1 weekend. Wow. So that was my passion that was really wanted to sort of continue to do. But right now, I think my last foster child moved on during the COVID. And so since then, I haven't gone into that. But it's something that I've always had a passion to sort of also minister to the women who've gone through that kind of situation, because I realized that there's hate and anger and bitterness and resentment and unforgiveness in so many of these women. So it's always been my passion to have a place where people can come in, women can come in confidently and, kind of mentor them or mentor their young ones, because some of the young ones are so hurt, especially coming from these homes. And there's so much unforgiveness and resentment towards, if it's a father, they don't want to know the father. They don't want to have anything with the father. In fact, if you ask them about their father, you can tell from their faces, they don't even want you to mention that. And these are the people that God wants them to forgive so that they can let go and God can continue to use them. So that's an area that really I've always been wanting to sort of step out and, mentor these young ones and either bring them to church and make them know that God who forgives will also enable them to forgive, and especially the women as well. There's so much hate in so many women that I know, especially from African background. There's so many women, friends that I know that sometimes I say, Lord, give me something. I don't even know how to put it, but open a door for me so that I can have these people come in. They will be mentored. The young ones can be mentored. So this is an area that really, I'm so passionate about to sort of bring healing into different families. Yeah,
you use the word God open a door.
Yeah,
for me. Okay, and that is where I want you to focus on that.
Yeah,
that, so that God you will get that solution today. That's Amen. What you use. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so very much. Thank you. So you have seen a need. Yeah. You have seen a need. You have taken some action, and now you're waiting for God to give you further direction. Okay. Okay. Fantastic. That's amazing. Okay. So, passion can be led or can be driven by different reasons. What are some reasons that you have seen or you think that is driving your passion? Or you have seen somebody else? What was the reason they were driven to take action? Can somebody share with us? Sister Sancha said she was driven by by passion to help. She wants to help somebody, so she was driven into action. So what are other reasons that push people to step out to do something? So what are other reasons? Because at times some of us are stopped by so many things. Like, how many of us have thought, I have this big passion, but I don't have the money, and so I can't do anything? Is there anybody that have thought like that? So we have always said, if you have a passion, the only way to bring that passion into action is you need money. Has anybody thought?
Maybe let me talk about that one. It's me, because for about a long time now, I have passion. I work in the building, I work in many things, but a lot of things that's going wrong, people just don't take it right. Okay. I don't have money to start, but that's why I begin to advise people that have money to get to the property ladder. Some people have one. So that I advise them to get 2, 3, 4, you know what I mean? When I don't have a penny, even though I don't need of getting 3-bedroom flat to myself. And that's why I come into the advising people on properties, advising from there. I use that opportunity to bring them back to God, because I've been doing this one for past 15 years now. And I can, by God's grace, a lot of people through me have 3 houses when I don't have one. And then from there, they begin to come back to God. I use that opportunity as well to talk to them that they need to serve God. And when I don't have money, I've been leading people to get properties and become somebody in their life. And that's the only thing I can say when I have something to the money to do.
So money has been like a limitation.
Exactly.
Okay. So, but let's address the issue of money. You have a purpose, you have a dream, you have a vision. Now you want to step out. You say, I don't have the money, let me not do it.
Yes.
What? Let me quickly give you a solution. A solution there is you can find out another, maybe there's a charity that is doing such thing. You can join them and pool yourself with them. And because you have the passion, they may notice it and you may be appointed to be one of, or even the work you're doing will make you stand out. But if you keep on waiting until it must start from me, because I don't have the money, it will be stunted. But I'm glad that you're already mentoring people, but you need to take it further than that. You need to take it. So why did I say this? If you have a purpose, you have something in you, and money is stopping that drive, don't get stuck. Think out of the box. If I don't have the money, how else can I do it? So at times we don't think of alternative. And that stops us right there. Now there are some people who are driven by gain. It's not a bad thing. Some people are driven by gain. Let's give an example, aeroplane. The person who invented aeroplane had a passion. Whenever he saw people travel, or maybe he had an experience of trying to travel, it took him 7 days, 8 days to go from A to B to Z. So it became an anger in the person. Now the person must have been cracking his brain. How do I cause this change so that people can travel easily? So the person can just sit there, they're dreaming about it. But this person had to take action. And I don't think the person may have the money to build such thing. So, but the person was not daunted. At a time, he could say, do you know if I do this, I will make more money and become the richest person. So at times people do something because of gain. But at times, most of us who are Christians, we don't appreciate it. We think, is it not because of money? That's why this person is doing this thing. And that can stop some of us. Because we feel, if I must help humanity, I don't need to gain from it. No. So we must change our mindset, because that can stop you. You have a passion, and that passion will lead you making money. Then
thank you very much. I'm not stopping there, because by God's grace, I achieved a little half of what I want to achieve, which is I have my own property now, which is up to now, I do a lot of things for people, not for gain, because they don't pay me any money. I turn their 2-bedroom to 3-bedroom to 4 bedrooms, draw it down and make sure that they stand with the carpenter to do it. And they look at me, how do you do this one? That's what I can do for them. But because of 15 years ago, I was so, anger me, but, there's nothing I can do except helping other people. But by God's grace, I thank God for people that I already helped. They know it for me. They always call me, appreciate me. That's the only thing I got from them, only appreciation. But I thank God for my life today, which is I recognize in my own community as well. They call me for many things. oh, this building, this something I don't know about it. Something that is not me, it's not about building work. They will call me, I say, oh, this not it's not about building, it's this and that. So, but all the time I do it for free sometimes, not all the time I collect money. And also helping some charity as well, which is Equal People. Their charity organization, they call me for everything, going there to see their disabled people, you know, their mental home, just maybe their washing machine, many things they call me for, which is I advise them. Sometimes I go there, I just do something for them free of charge. But I still continue doing what God said I should do. So that's what I'm still doing. Because some of them, they don't pay me. They don't give, some of them just say, okay, I send 50 pounds your account for your fuel. Thank you. That's it. So I'm still continue to do that thing, but God, I know God is taking me to somewhere.
Amen. Thank you so much. That is amazing. That is amazing. What it is about, passion, purpose, is about meeting people's needs.
Yes.
Meeting people's needs. Very important. That is the greatest drive you can ever have. That I saw a need and people can't help themselves. I want to step in. And that's exactly what our Father in heaven did. God saw a need that human beings need to be saved. And Jesus came. The Bible said that wherever he went, that he was so compassionate. He was moved by what people were going through. And what did he do? He stepped out. He gave himself. He served people. He healed people when he saw people. So there was a passion to see change in people's lives. But he did not just sit down about it and say, I'm Jesus, I'm completing myself. I have issues I need to solve. But he forgot himself and put himself in other people's shoes. So one of the things that can stop us, can stop us from taking action, one of the things that we need to spark today, to activate, is to go further than, I have seen a need, but I have my own issue. My own problem is just too much. It's too overwhelming. I have not solved my own problem. Why should I go and solve other people's problem? Somebody else will do it. So those things are some of the things I've noticed that can stop us from taking steps, from doing things we want to do. Like Mommy Mimi Jane talked about, that she's asking God for open door. Mommy Mimi Jane, I want to disappoint you right there. You have already found a purpose. You have already found a need. God is not going to, he's already put passion in you. He's not going to be the one now to do it. You already have it. All you need to do is, we are coming down there, but let me just say it briefly. You need to now look at it by yourself. While you pray, Lord, give me direction. You don't wait until the God says, my daughter, this is the direction. No, he will whisper to you as you listen. And maybe suddenly you discover, you see yourself making research. So it is practical now. God has already given you. So the stage of prayer is done. So we need to activate what you need to do to push into it and go further. So, because at times as believers, we know where God is leading us, but we are saying, I've not heard God speak. No, God has already given you assignment. There are things we need to do practically. Let's give an example. I have the passion to change my community. Now I want to go into politics. I have the passion to change my community. God has put it in me, it's driving me. I want to do it, but I don't know what to do. Thank you, ma'am. So if I keep on sitting down, saying, God, until you show me what to do, I will not take action. So when God speaks to you, you listen, and he has given you, he said, please show me the way. The Bible said that the steps of a righteous man or woman are ordered by the Lord. So you have to come to a place where you believe that I have what it takes. He has already given me direction. I have passion. I have seen a need I need to meet. Now, you don't now wait and say, God, you have to do everything. No. So you have, as you're going, you have to be listening. And the direction will be coming piecemeal. Maybe you see an article and it's talking about somebody, suddenly you read about somebody who did something like that. Suddenly you see somebody who have done it. So you have to pick from what you're seeing. That's where research comes in. Because God is not, if you don't activate it, God is not going to come in to do it. The Bible says that one rich man was going away and he gave his servants talents. Some of them immediately were no longer waiting for the master to tell them what to do. They just thought about which business, how do I deploy my talents? And they went ahead and they made gains. But one person was like, yes, I'm still waiting for my boss. Maybe the boss, you need to show me exactly what I need to do. God, you need to show me exactly. Meanwhile, God has already given it to you. So I want you to change that waiting for the open door. You are the one. The Spirit is leading you. You have our God. The Bible said our God that called those things that be not. So you have to now manifest God, your nature of God. You need to manifest it. You need to sit down and things that you said that God has given us all that pertains to life and godliness. Everything we need is actually there. So now you need to step out further. Now, some people are led by reward. It's not a bad thing. Somebody may be led to cause a change because they say that the king is going to give a reward, a trophy. I want to do something. There's nothing wrong as long as you change a situation. So if you want to activate your faith, the first thing is you must see a need. You must see a need. You don't wait until everything is okay with you. You don't wait until you have all the money in the world. You don't wait until you have how many houses. You don't wait until you have children or you get married. No. That's why we need at times remove our eyes from our needs. If you want to deploy your passion, something you have seen, you have to stop thinking about yourself and think about there's somebody I'm better for. How are they coping? How is this person coping? How I know a lot of families, mothers that unfortunately their children were stabbed. Maybe their young boys were stabbed. Some mothers, their children are stabbed and they go home for years, they don't recover from it. Then you can see other people, their son is stabbed. The next day they are campaigning, I will not want this to happen to another mother. I will not want this to happen to another mother. They are screaming, and before you know it becomes, they have a foundation. So you must get to that point where it is not about you alone, where you must look around. Look around. Problem will always be there. If you are beclouded by your own problem, you will never do anything tangible. You just live for yourself. So you have to get to a level where, yes, I have this issue going on, but there's somebody I'm better than. There's somebody that's suffering something else. And you see it, it affects you. You see, at times you see children on the way after school, they are gathering somewhere, instead of them to go home. That could spark something in you. So, if it's my child standing there, what will I do? Maybe the mother is not even aware. That can spark something in you. So we need to get to that point. So people are actually moved because of the reward. Some are moved because they want to make somebody else happy. So you need to first see a need. When we're talking about activating your passion, that passion is a need for somebody, your street. There may be a need for your street. There may be a need for your locality. There may be a need from your place of birth. There may be a need for a school, a change in a school. You must, if you want to actually achieve or do something, be a world changer, there must be a need that grieves you every time. Anytime you hear about it, you feel so bad. Why is this always happening? Why is this happening? Like our sister Sasha said, she saw the poverty and she felt, can't believe this. Now, what can I do? So all of us, until you get to that point, there is even no activation. You're not activating anything. You have to first see a need that nobody else is addressing. So you want to make other people happy. It is a kind of passion. Some people want to create a legacy. If they want to cause change, they want to create a legacy. Maybe they just felt, I want to be noted for something in my life. My family, I want my family to be noted. And that begins to drive them. They begin to think deep. They begin to look around. What is it that nobody is addressing? What is this issue that everybody just talk about it and everybody goes their way? And they begin to build on it. And they pour their energy, they pour their passion, that holy anger, that holy anger, that emotion, they pour it into it. And you see them, they do something that everybody's like, wow, wow, wow. And people are like, oh, thank God for that man. Thank God for that woman. You know, some people, their passion is stirred up by, they just want to cause significant change. They just want to cause, it could be your faith. What we are talking today is not limited to faith work. We are not just talking, our passion, activating our faith is not just about our faith, what we do in the kingdom. Yes, in the kingdom, there are people, let's say senior pastors, is the same. Senior pastor, why is it that makes a senior pastor suddenly just, God can call you and you decide to just go out, preach and go home. But what is it that makes a pastor wake up and say, I want to plant a church here? I'm talking of genuine pastors. And why? Because there is so much compassion. They see people turn around and they're thinking, these people will go to hell if I don't do something about it. If I don't teach them the way, if I don't disciple them, they will not grow in faith. And it consumes them that one day they will stand up and start looking for a place. Start talking to people, come. So it's a passion. So you must see a need that is outside of you. A seed that is outside, a need of a mother, a need of mothers like Mommy Minijen talked about, Pastor Dapo talked about, Sister Sasha, and a lot of you have yours. So that need, you must see that need, and when you see that need, it's always on your face. It's always on your face. Every time, no matter how happy you are, you go out, you say, oh, this is still happening. Oh my God, this is still happening. And nobody is doing something about it. Nobody is doing something about it. Your anger is building, emotion is building, emotion is building. So you want to cause significant change. Some people, their passion is, what drives them to do something is they just want to serve. They want to serve, and they're not waiting for somebody else to say, sister, you go and serve those people. You go and clean that place. You go and start picking something on the street. There are times that I go out on my street and I see bottles littered everywhere. I start picking them up. Put them in my car, I put them in the bin. Why? Because I want to see my community needs. I want to see it needs. So I want to serve my community. I'm not just waiting, as long as my house is neat, it doesn't bother me. No. So a lot of people, this is what drives them. That is, you have discovered a passion. So you must discover something that trouble that you just want to change. You know, for anybody that says, I want to activate my passion, you must get to that point where you can no longer say, what is in it for me? Anybody that causes change, anybody that activate their passion and do something are people who have gone beyond what is in it for me. What is in it? In my church, what is extra is the pastor that is getting. It is those who are close to the pastor. In my community. So what is in it? As long as I'm not getting anything, I'm not doing anything. If you are living that kind of life, you will never impact your generation. You will never activate your faith because that kills the passion. That kills the drive. So you don't have any drive. Anything that is not about you does not move you. I know one of the young girls has her own job, graduated, has her own job. But she noticed that her Black friends, whenever they attended interview, they will call her, she will call them, did you get the job? Oh, no, I didn't get the job. And she will go for interview once, she will get any job she wants. Now all her friends are struggling to get a job. And she couldn't sleep. She didn't say, well, I have my job. I'm better than all of them. Oh, I'm better than them. That's why I get my job. You just call them to pity party. Oh, did you get it again? Have you got the job? And they say, okay, don't worry. I'll pray for you. No, she began to feel so terrible. She began to feel so terrible. And how can I be of a help? And suddenly she will call them and say, can we gather together? I want us to talk about, let's look at what I can do to help so that you get your own jobs. And that's how she started the job club, just on her own. And you know what, go quickly. One person, she began to talk about, okay, let's look at your CV. She changed the CV and said, okay, let's conduct mock interview. And she conducted mock interview. The person gained so much confidence. And the next job, the person went for the interview. The person got the job. That person told another person that had been struggling. And so that is how it started. And now it's like everybody, people are referring. And one day, an Englishman, I don't know how the Englishman knew about it, called her and said, give me your account number. I want you to support what you're doing. Make it bigger. And the thing is growing now. Why? She did not say, what is in it for me? If they get a job, is it not their business? I have my own job. I'm comfortable. So they step out. We must get to that point where we are no longer going to say, I have enough, I have them, or I need to solve my own problem first. No, you need to get to a point where I think I have at least reasonably what I need. There's somebody I'm better than. Somebody that is weeping in that area. What can I do to support that person? What can I do to make that person happy? What can I do to serve my community? So first you have to establish this. You cannot activate any passion when you don't have a passion. You need to discover your passion. When you discover your passion, now you need to address 4 things. If possible, please write it down. There are 4 things you need to address. What are those 4 things? It's called SWOT. Some of us may have studied this in business. If you studied law or business studies in the university, you may have studied SWOT. Please, who has an idea what SWOT is? Who has come across that?
Strength, I think it's strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Any other person? Okay, it is spelled capital S, capital W, capital O, and T. And they stand for, S is strength. Though they use it to analyze a business. If you want to, if a company wants to audit their progress, if they want to analyze what they are doing, if there's an appraiser of businesses, so what they will do is they will look at SWOT. But I discovered that you can apply it to your life. You can apply it to any areas of your life. What is it that's affecting my marriage? You can use SWOT. What is it that can hinder me? You can use SWOT. What is it that can hinder my dream coming to pass? You can use SWOT. So the first one is strength. That is S. W is weakness. O is opportunity. And T is threat. If I were here, I'll write these things down. Strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. Now, maybe you have found a passion. As I'm sure everybody, like Temi Lolu was talked about her passion. Her passion is about helping women. It's about she likes children. And I think there's one more she mentioned. Now, for you to succeed with your passion, with your dream, with your vision, for you to activate your passion, you need to address these 4 things. So what are the strengths I have? What is my greatest strength to achieve this dream? Like Sister Sansha talked about supporting the children. Now, money is an issue. Money is an issue to go further. to do it. So she has to analyze that. Do I have the strength? Do I have the capacity to carry this dream out? So you can discover that, yes, my salary, every month, I can bring out £100. But what can £100 do on a higher level? Because, okay, I can do fundraising. So you have to look at your strengths, because the Bible says, can a man start a building without first counting the cost? If you want to go further with your dream, not one-off, like what Sister Sancha is, a lot of people are doing it indirectly. We're helping a lot of poor people, training people in the universities. But that is individual help. We're talking about when you make it bigger, at times it will outlast you. There's an organization that I know, a reverend sister, a few years ago, a reverend sister who her job is to pray, serve communion in church, but suddenly she began to encounter people who were homeless. People were, every time they come, they talk to her, is somebody who is homeless. So why are homeless people only the people that I encounter every time? Why? And she began to think about it. Now she did not have the strength, because one, she was not like a leader. That's not her job description. She does not have the money to do something about it. So she has to consider that. Do I have the strength? Because suddenly she's feeling, if all these people coming to me, maybe I encourage them, I speak to them, I pray for them, yet they end up sleeping outside. That's not enough. So the burden became so much. The passion was consuming her. It was overwhelming. She couldn't stop herself. So now she doesn't have the money. So look at yourself in this woman, in this reverend sister situation. You already saw a vision. You already saw a dream. You already saw something you want to change. You have already seen an area you want to serve. But the odds are so high. Maybe you don't even know where to start from. You may not have the money. You may not have the tools. You may not even know how to contact. Maybe it is something that local authority is looking at. You don't even know how to start. Or let's say your passion is you want to go into politics. You don't even know where to start from. So you have to consider your strengths. Okay, you also have to consider, is this something I can carry along? If this thing grows, is it something I can carry along? Is it something I will abandon suddenly? So every passion you have discovered, because if you don't address it, you can start quickly and you see yourself slump back again. And then your passion will be like, I have failed and I don't think I can do it anymore. Because one of the problems with activating our passion is, I don't know what people will say. I don't want to fail. If I do this and fail, how will you start feeling bad? Or what will people say? We must get beyond that level. Where what will people say still matters to you. As long as they are not doing evil. You must get to a level where you must take risks. And where you say, if this thing fails, does it mean that I will die? No, I'm not going to die. Yes, I'm not going to die. I'll try again. You have to deliberately get beyond. So that is your strength. You have to increase your capacity. You have to increase your capacity. So that's why when you see a vision, you may not run with it. Some of them, you may not be able to run with it immediately. You want to do something, you may not want to run. You have to step back and take out time to reflect over it. Look at it, what will it cost me? Do I have what it takes? Like I will give, so that I was using the reverend sister. So she must have thought about her capacity, her ability there, her strength. What will it take? So these things will involve you doing research. This will involve you, asking questions. It can involve you understanding somebody else who is doing something similar to learn. So you can go out to ask questions. It will involve you in investing your own resources. Some of them you have to register in a course. to improve yourself, because there's law guarding everything we are doing. And you can do something at a good heart, it can bring you into trouble. So you have to, for you to steer up, for you to run with this, for you to steer up that passion, that enthusiasm, where it drives you to think, you feel everything you do. You feel like, if I don't do this, no one else to do it. Consider your strength. Then you consider your weakness. Should this thing go wrong, will I be heartbroken? Will I survive it? Will it impact anybody around me? Will it impact anything? What are the disadvantages of stepping into this? I will give you an example. I had a passion to support families when they go to local authorities. At the initial time, I never thought about it. It was later I began to think of my strengths and think of my weaknesses and think of what opportunities. Is it something maybe only one family that has that problem? What are other opportunities that this is going to grow? You have more people who are supporting. Then you have to look at threats. Threat could be, can somebody challenge me in court? Can police come after me? Can I do, maybe there's something I may do wrong? So you look at your strengths, your weakness, opportunities that will come your way to dispatch your passion, and you have to look at threats. Let me give you an example. I had to sit down and look at this. So I saw my strength. Yes, I am able to go all the way. If they invite me to come to Edinburgh and they don't give me money, am I able to go there? So that I don't start what I cannot finish. So I said, well, if worse comes to worse, I'm going to borrow money. I had to sort that out. I had to look at, what if the case, I don't even understand it? I had to go and read. I had to study about it, at least not as a professional, but to know, at least, let it not just be head knowledge, what I think. This is what I think. This is what somebody has told me. No, you have to build it up. You have to build up that passion. You have to study. You have to research more to add to your wealth of knowledge. You may even have to listen to other people who are doing such things. So you have to do that. Like I represented a family that they took 4 of their children, and I stepped in to support them. And this is in Wrexham Council in Wales, and I'm here. So the local authority felt so squeezed that was pursuing them so much, they decided to take out an injunction against me, and I'm not being paid. This is completely free work. So these are things you have to consider when you want to activate your passion. Some of them will cost you something. They took an injunction against me and took me to court. So I had to prepare myself. Thank God God intervened, because I had already thought about these things. I had to prepare. That was a threat. That was a threat. I'm doing something nice. What could go wrong? Who will it impact? Will it impact my children? Will it impact my marriage? Will it impact my husband? Will it impact my ministry? Will it impact? What will it impact? You have to think about it before you go this scale, before you activate this passion. So I had to take out time, research the whole, my rights, what the law says about what I was doing further. And I defended myself. And when we went to court, that court was online. So the local authority had 4 barristers. They had 2 solicitors, and they had the administrative assistant. The judge was there and the clerk. Then I was by myself. So I prepared my own bundle. So there's something I did when I prepared, like Sister Sasha, that in legal area, you will understand this. So the bundle, so I was supposed to send to all of them. God gave me wisdom. I said, send the local authority barristers bundle, but don't send them your skeletal arguments, your main arguments. So I didn't send it to them. I sent it to the judge, to the court directly. So the judge was the only one that had it. So unfortunately, you know, I thank God for being a Christian. It's really amazing. It's really amazing to know that God is my father, that God has my back, that he will defend me. So what they did was, they were looking for something to rope me in. They said that the family I was representing gave me a court document that was not supposed to see. It was confidential. So they wanted to use that against me because when I took this case, I reported it to Boris Johnson. I reported it to First Minister of Ireland. So they couldn't believe that I could go ballistic, and they came after me. So if I did not prepare myself that there will be threats, this could have broken me. I would have been depressed. I would have regretted my life, but none of them happened. I was actually passionate. I said, this is it. I'm getting to that point. This is actually what I put my neck out for. That was actually driving my adrenaline to do further. So a day before the hearing, their administrative assistant mistakenly sent me a recent court document that clearly I was not supposed to see it. Exactly the reason why they took me to court, they committed the same offense. Oh, God is good. So when the court hearing started, so the judge, from nowhere, the judge looked at me and said, "Are you a pastor?" I said, "Yes, sir." "Ah, I see. You're a pastor?" I said, "Yes." And I said, "Can I, sir, I have a preliminary issue to raise before we go into the hearing properly." So go ahead. I said, "Please, can you ask them about the document they sent me yesterday? Was I supposed to see that document? Because I think that document is confidential." And all of them were like, "What?" I said, "Yes, sir." So the judge asked them, and all of them were looking at one another until the administrative assistant confessed and said, yes, that she sent me a document. The judge became mad. The judge said, "And you brought this woman here? She left everything she was doing. She was just helping a family. And to silence her, you brought her here." He ordered them right there to write an apology letter to me and to remove my name from the court completely. My name should not even appear. You know, like when you say the Queen and so person versus, remove my name. This was what it cost me. Yet I did not stop. I continued with that case until those 4 children were brought back. So when you are talking about passion, you have to be ready, because it's not all sweet. It's not all rosy. There are people you will help. It will also cause you pain. So that's why the Bible says that, so that whosoever that puts your hands on a plow and looks back, you are not worthy. So you have that passion. You have discovered what you want to change. There may be issues. Like, let me give you an example. Like Sister Sancha talked about helping people. You know, you could be doing it from your heart. You are raising money and it begins to grow. And people are donating, and it comes to a point where companies begin to give you money, or maybe from there now you decide to start a charity. And the government, you're getting money from government as well. And from your heart, you're doing everything genuinely. Somebody can come from somewhere and accuse you. Sancha, look at her, she bought a car. That is the money from that. That is the money that we contributed. Will you be able to absorb it? Will you be able to say, to stand your ground and not allow what people are saying, not allowing what is coming against you to stop you? You have to address that. Your strengths, your weakness, the opportunities that will come. Because when you start your passion, there will be there may be a floodgate, because people have been looking for solution and they have not found. And suddenly you appear with the solution. People will invent you. People will begin to refer people. Have you thought about it? If you begin to, you had it in mind and just want to do one small thing to change my environment. Recently, I had a lady when I came into this place, a white lady. And every time we talk, she was complaining. She's a civil servant. top civil servant in London. She was complaining. I worked in my workplace for donkey years. Whenever they are promoting people, nobody promotes me. They will bring a new person. I will apply for that job. They never give it to me. And she was talking, but I also see what she does. So one day I called her and said, you know what? Yeah, you are a civil servant just to feed your family. But you are a people's person. Yeah, there is something in you that wants to change your community. I said, that is where your passion is. So stop looking at this. Just take your salary, then put your energy here. And she was like, what are you talking about? I said, I have seen you. So now every time she will organize, at times she will organize and ask people to, whatever you have that you don't need, put it out in your front of your door, and advertise it, and then your community will come and buy them. Then you raise money and you give it to charity. But now she came up with this powerful idea. You know, in the UK, we have a culture of not repairing anything. When wristwatch is bad, you throw it away. When fridge is bad, you put it outside your door. When the microwave is bad, you put it outside. We don't repair because the cost of repairing is more than the one to buy a new one. So she now came up with that idea. So she went and got a shop and asked people to donate stuff. Now she began to ask volunteers, if you know you can repair microwave and you can volunteer 1 hour, please come. If you can repair watch. And before you know it, in one day, people gathered so much. And they were bringing in things that were broken. People were repairing iron. People were repairing. Before you know it, the local authority sent councillors there to support her. And now she's so happy. She's so happy. So this is an opportunity. Now she began to complain that, the number of people coming is too much. I said, okay, you need to factor it in before you advertise next time. You have to give a number. So what am I talking about? When you say, I want to activate my passion, these 4 things are important. I'm going to stop here and I want to hear from you. Sister Temi, you shared with us 3 of your passions. Who else wants to share with us your passion? And have you thought, when you look at these 4 areas, have you thought about it now? Or as I'm talking, what is coming to your mind? So who wants to go first? I don't want to bore you. Please share with us. Don't be shy. Look, if we want to make an impact in this generation, you cannot be ashamed of saying something. When I became a counselor, I did not know anything about politics. I was just passionate to help my community because in Harrow that time, if Black people become threatened homelessness, and they go to the council, they will throw them to Wolverhampton. Meanwhile, their children have lived in that place, are in school, or their network. They were throwing all our Black people away. And I couldn't comprehend it. And when I stood up, everybody was kind of against me. Oh, Black woman has come now. I don't care about that. And so the first day I spoke in the council, I didn't even know what to say. I had to humble myself and go to the leader and say, please, this is what I want to present. I want to raise a motion against inequality. Our people cannot access good medical treatment. If you go to hospital, the people that are sectioning in hundreds are Black people, Black men. We have more of them in prison. I want to raise it. So I had to go to somebody. I made my mistakes when I told them. Yes, Natalie, please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Yeah, well, me and my...
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, me and my friend, we want to help parents, particularly mothers and single mothers who have children with disabilities and special needs, because we've been through that journey and there's things that we've had to learn on our own that we wouldn't want, especially a single mom, a young one as well, to go through. So that's what we want to do. So all the stuff that you said, it has encouraged me, because that's one thing I do think. I'm like, financially, how are we going to do this? Because like it's not something that's known that people do. I do think, okay, who would I need to connect to and stuff like that. So that's pretty much what I want to do, if that makes sense.
Wow, that makes sense. It makes sense. So what it's time? Because at the time, some of us, because there are so many people who want to take everything in one go. If you don't have the money right, just start as a help. Why is my voice bouncing back? I don't know. So start with one person. It may not cost you money. It may only cost you just sit down with the person, encourage the person, and all that. Then start looking out for funding. There are a lot of funding in the UK. Yeah, Natalie, you want to say something?
I couldn't hear you.
Pardon?
It's echoing, so I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I don't know why that is happening. Hold on.
I think it might be because Natalie's thing is not on mute and Amanda's is not on mute. So when we speak, it just bounces back.
No, but we're not together. Natalie's at her house, but I'm I'm at home.
Okay. Hang on, let me see whether my YouTube is open. No, it's muted. Okay, I think it's better.
Yeah, it's better now.
Okay. Yeah, so you can start without money. I gave you an example of the family I represented first. I was like a friend going to support her. That's where I started. Oh, thank you. That's where I started. So it didn't cost me money. It was, so from there, we started doing youth as well. So at a point, I applied for funding but before you apply for funding, you have to form an organization. That means either you can register a company without guarantee. So through that, because they will not give you the money cash. There are somebody may give you cash because you are doing that. So you will get to a point where you set up a company without with guarantee.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that one is not, you don't make profits. It's the money for the community, use it for the community. But you can, if it employs you, if you get enough money, you can be employed by it instead of working elsewhere. You can be employed. So, but you have to start with nothing. Then so one person you support, we begin to make referrals. Then maybe later on money will start coming to it. Then you will begin to go further with the money. So, but don't kill it because you don't have money.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you. Please, who else wants to share?
I just wanted to share as well. One of the things that really drives me is to see Christian women, especially, who've been through anything, any situation they've been through, and it's like they sort of tend to rather run into God, they sort of run away from God. So it really, really breaks my heart to see that through pain, so many people run away from God. So that's one of the things that drives me. And I'm always saying, Lord, what can I do with this? But I know you were just talking about looking for a charity that maybe works with people in that sort of thing. So then you can sort of take it from there. So that's something I'm going to be considering.
Thank you. So that's the solution right now. That's a ministry. Like I was telling, I think I was taking the story of the Reverend Sister before. Amanda, you need to mute yourself. Okay. So I told you about the Reverend Sister before. So she was praying, she was counseling, she was supporting, but it got to a point where she discovered that I can't be dealing with them only one. What do I need to do? And she went out and began to talk to churches and said, oh, you have this building that nothing is happening there. Can I just hire it once in a while? And one of them agreed. So the little money she had, she started cooking hot food. And they would come, drink tea, have a little bit of hot food. And people began to see what she was doing, that homeless people were coming there. And when they come out, they are smiling. People began to donate money. She now began to expand it. Before you know it, she added like a cubicle where they can bath. They will come in, take their bath, shower, and eat warm food, and they will go. Before you know it, more people got interested. This is something she just started as she didn't have the money. But because she had the drive, she couldn't bear it. She was just searching. She began to ask questions. Can I do this? Can I do it? Then the thing grew to the extent now, people began to donate clothes, tissue paper, toothpaste, shoes, belt, whatever, for male and female. Now they have that storage. So when somebody is sleeping outside, they come in there. If they have slept rough in the night, they are tired, they have a place where they will just sit down or close their eyes. That feels like home. There is heating. They'll just sit there for 2-3 hours. Then if they want to take their bath, they take their bath, they brush off. Then they will say they need clothes, they will give them clothes to change. And now, before you know, people began to invest more money. People began to invest money. They expanded it that they can buy sleeping bags, blankets, duvet. So these people will come, they will give it to them while they're trying to see, because they don't have any house to accommodate them. Then they will use the sleeping bag and sleep. Then in the daytime, they come back. Now, as time goes on, money began to flow everywhere. People began to flow. Then they will say, okay, now we are going to rent a place. They'll go and rent or lease a building, multi-occupation. Let's say a building that has 12 rooms. And they began to make these people say, okay, we are going to leave you here. We give you a room to stay for 12 days or something, and we're going to feed you. While we start, then from there, they also began to contact local authorities. So this thing began to grow. She did not employ anybody. She just began to call for volunteers. Volunteers, join us. And these are whoever that have talent in talking to people. She could not handle everybody coming. So those who are compassionate, who will just listen to people. Some people just need befriending. By God's grace, what I'm sharing with you, by God's grace, it is one of our dreams, and but I have to bring it. We are going to set something like that up. Then, she began to have volunteers who were helping her with sorting the clothes, giving her the clothes, making sure, cleaning the place. This thing grew. From there, they will do job search for people. Some of them, they do training, whatever it could be, language training to enable them to get to work. They expanded it into almost every areas of life. And people began to be blessed. That woman is not here. That business is still flourishing. Years. People are coming in now, it's growing. So you can see, you can activate, once you have a passion, you don't wait until everything is right. You don't wait until everybody is patting you on the back and praising you. Yeah, that is wonderful. You don't wait for all that. You don't wait until you have the house, you have the money, you have this. No. Just start. Just start. But as you are starting, be sensitive, listen, take note of what else can I do to make it better? What else can I do to make it bigger? So you keep on reviewing what you're doing. Keep on asking questions. Keep on exploring. Keep on researching. Before you know it, it will grow. That you may not even need to do your own job anymore. You may not need to work for somebody else. You may step into it. So what I'm saying is that money should not stop you. So who else wants to share with us? your passion that you want to run with?
In saying that, Ma, as you were saying that the lady got help from local authorities, I found that as we were doing that, God placed a special hand on what I was doing, because after we had raised the money from GoFundMe, colleagues then started coming to me and saying, oh, Sancha, we're moving abroad. I've got so much clothes. Can I donate some clothes for the children, shoes? So they were donating clothes. Somebody donated designer shoes. When I checked online, Ma, the shoe was £800 that they had donated. And then, so obviously I had excess baggage. So I called British Airways beforehand and said to them that I'm a single person working with underprivileged children in Africa. If I can bring an excess suitcase. And they said to me, yeah. So when I went and they tried to overcharge me, it didn't happen. Basically, the manager at the time, he just let me go through with 2 extra suitcases. Even when I got to Nigeria, obviously I've got excess baggage. So they were like, why do you have so many suitcases? What is it for? So I told them they were about to charge me, and I opened it up so they can clearly see that it was books to teach children how to play musical instruments, toys, that kind of thing. And I just closed the suitcase and went straight through. So in saying that, we had only prepared for about 15 to help 15 children. But we found that when they saw what was going on through the church gates, there was one time we had 35 children. And it just kept on growing and growing and growing. Like I said, it's not only Christian children, Muslim children were coming, little girls were coming, which I was really happy about. So by us doing something that we thought would have been a small thing, it just grew to something bigger. So now it's I just need an avenue to maybe continue receiving funding somehow. So I'll register the company, as you said, and maybe reach out to a few people to see, or a few businesses to see if they can help us continue that.
That is amazing. That's amazing. Once there is that willingness, once you have developed intense hunger to cause that change, and you just step out, you'll be so surprised the doors that will open. Like what you said, not everybody is called to make it big. Like a lot of people do give, yes. You send clothes, like what you said. Before, I didn't know that BA could do that until I tried a few years ago. And now I do it once in a while. So because you could say, oh, yeah, but I want to give it, they won't carry it. Have you made inquiries? Because that can stop you. You have clothes, you will have shoes, you have things you want to give up. You begin to say, oh, no, they will not take it, so I won't do it. That will kill your passion. But the activating your passion is to step out and make inquiries. Ask questions. If they say no, fine. You carry what you can carry. So now that you have gotten that, as long as that passion remains activated, you will see that doors will keep opening. Then very soon you will see grants, local authority grants, lottery fund grants. Fund grants, you can apply for the funding and you get funding. I have my friend, Pastor Dora, which some of you know. What she does is she goes to preach in different countries, but her own passion is school stuff. School materials, school bags, school shoes. So at times she will send message to her friends like us. So I'm going to travel in June or in July. So if you want to support us, this is our account number. And some people will give £5, some give £10, 100, some 500. Then she'll go buy all those school uniforms, school shoes, school bags, pencils, whatever is about school. And she will travel with them. In fact, I think the last time she traveled, she built a small school in a local Tikk village for the place. So when you start, it will look as if it's from you first. It will start with you. I have these clothes, I have these shoes, then let me take it. But if you build the passion, you don't now say, my wardrobe, there's nothing to give out. If that is where your passion is or what God is placing in your heart, You have to ask questions. So thank you so much for blessing us with that. So who else wants to share, please? Any other person wants to share your passion? So when we say activate or stir up your passion, we are talking about, you have seen a need. Impact makers, world changers are people that meet the need of people. You see a need and you want to meet it. And everybody is called in different ways. No one is, don't let one person not think I am doing it better than the other person. My own is better than, no. Everybody is called to change something differently. There are some people, most of the superstars we see today, let's say Sainsbury, Morrison's, majority of them started as business endeavor. Some of them started as, I live in this area, there's no single good shop in this area. How are people surviving it? So they have to travel 5 miles to buy. What can I do about this? And the person begins to think about it, begin to say, okay, what can I do? And suddenly they start the business. So their motivation was not money. Their motivation was to serve their community, to cause a change, to make people's lives better. So I want to just kind of motivate you in that area. Yours may be to make money, but think beyond money. So what can I change? God may call you to do it in India. I had a time when 2006, 2007, I had passion to help orphans in India. In fact, I went to India. I was sending them money. I had somebody who had an orphanage. So I collaborated with them. I'll buy clothes, I'll send them money, Christmas, I'll buy all the clothes and everything. So at the time they invited me to come. And I went there, spent 2 weeks in India. And the Lord is like, quench that. So I have not been doing that again because that was the moment. So at the initial time, I was just using my clothes to send to them. I was using our family money. And began to come that even people started supporting me with money. So please, whatever God has put in your heart, it may be in the UK, it may be political, it may be economy, it may be prayer. You may, like now we're talking about in our church, a man of God, our senior pastor, has a passion for revival. Now what he did, yes, he's preaching, but he discovered that yes, he can do the preaching, but at times you need other people to join that force. Now he invites pastors to join, to instigate that. Now we have taken it further. Every Monday, Friday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we are praying. Yours may be, there are some people I know. Let me tell you what their passion is. They just don't like this issue of abortion going on. So what they do is they go to abortion clinics and they will stand there praying, not saying a word, they just praying. Then the government is now banning them, in fact, arresting some of them. They just stand there when people are going into that place to commit abortion. They are just praying for them. Some of them, their own is okay. While the people are going, they just give them crack. Why? They just want to cause change. They have seen a lot of young people, committing abortion, and they say, what can I do? So it may not be something so big, something ginormous. Some children will say ginormous. It may not be something so gigantic like that. But conceive something and move out. Don't sit on it. The time is right. One of the things that helps you as a child of God, which moved our master, was compassion. If you are somebody you are not compassionate, maybe, let me do it to make a name for myself. So when nobody is clapping, you can't do anything. No, you must be carried by compassion. You must look at people and say, I am representing Jesus. I am Jesus' ambassador. These people are suffering like this. These people are lost. These people are in darkness. What can I do? Don't quench the hunger. Think, oh, it's my flesh talking to me. It's not your flesh, it's God speaking to you. Because God may not speak to you the way he spoke to Moses. He may speak to you just by putting that hunger in you, that passion. So don't quench it because you are waiting for everything to be right. Don't forget SWOT analysis. What is your strength in that which you have conceived? What could be your weakness that will stop you? Your weakness could be, oh, what will people say? They will say, look at me, look at you. Who are you? What do you think you are doing? Shame. You need to, Jesus has come to destroy shame. If that is your inhibition, is that your weakness, go on your knees and pray. What are the opportunities opening up to you? Like I talked about me having the passion as a leader, trying to change something. When what drove me is they began to make laws that are contrary to the truth. No justice. And I couldn't wait. It was just building and building. And I was looking for opportunity to give my voice. I had to open my eyes. I was just looking for opportunity, this thing that is bubbling in me. And so I don't know how I came about. So you know what? The opportunity is I have to join a party. Let me join a party. Maybe one day they'll give me opportunity. I joined a party. Maybe you are here, your own, the change you want to cause is something that has to do with government. And they are thinking you are not qualified. Let me tell you, you don't need any qualification to be a politician. You don't even need to know how to play it. When you get there, you will learn. They will give you induction, at least for the basic. Then you learn on the job. So I was looking for opportunity. So the first is your strengths. What strength do I have? I have the ability to advocate for people. I have the ability to speak for people who are unable to speak for themselves. Maybe by reason of my training as a lawyer. I studied law. So I knew that I was able to do that. What could be my weakness? That time I was like, oh, as a pastor, what would they say? What would they say that a pastor, we came from Africa where politics is so dirty, so bad, so corrupt. So if you're a Christian and say you are in politics, everybody looks at you like, oh, you are in a bad system. Oh, you must have backslidden. That was my greatest fear and weakness, a stronghold. But I made up my mind that, look, I am a child of God. I am the righteousness of God. I am the light of God. And light will go into darkness. And darkness cannot stop me. It cannot overshadow me. You know what? I will go there. And somebody has to start something. And let me be the one. I went and registered with a party, just understanding what they were doing. I was just attending their meeting. And for your information, when you join a party, the fee is not too much. Some of them, if you are not working, they may ask you to pay £15 in a year. Some party, it may be, some of them even reduced it. Some of them have reduced it to £5. If you are working, it may be £25 per year. Some of them £60. So you can spread it annually and pay small. That's the money you will spend. Then when you come to that point where you discover that I think I'm strong, I am a little bit strong, I can speak now, I can advocate, I have seen things. You can now, when the election is coming like this, and they say, if you want to stand for us, if you want to, they will advertise it. We are looking for councillors. Maybe you look for, can I stand? And they will look, the person will tell the leaders, and they may invite you for interview. All they want to hear from you is, what is your passion? What do you want to change? You could say, look, I don't like in my street where there's pothole. I want to do something about it. I don't like in my street, boys are always driving scooters anyhow. I want to contribute to that. I don't like how the traffic, just whatever it is. Once they see that passion, they'll put you forward and they will tell you what to do. Then there are some of them you will need to pay some money, like if you're standing in the local authority to be a councillor, I think you contribute £500. Yeah. if it's to be in the London Assembly, you know, where Sadiq Khan, where he's the mayor. If you want to stand for that place, I think the money you have to pay is actually 10,000. So it's your political party that will pay for that, not you. Then, if you want to be an MP, it's another level. So that money you are contributing monthly is offsetting it. So most times you don't contribute any other money. So because you could be saying, oh, I want to go into politics, can I afford it? At times you don't need money. All you need is that monthly or the yearly fee you are paying. Then they'll put you forward. They'll put you through. They will give you a lot of training, public speaking, and all that. And you can do it. Then you can stand there and talk about what you're passionate about, what you want to change. And your party who is sending you forward will buy it. And some of the laws will be made, and people don't know that it's you. That is you that caused that law to be changed. You have changed something. So whatever it is, please let us stand up. Let us not sit back. And so always think of more of how to solve other people's problems. If you want to activate your faith, I don't have something big to tell you. If you want to activate your passion, just think about how are people surviving? How can I solve people's problem? How can I make people happy? That will help you. That will make you so angry about things going wrong. That will instigate you so much to do something. If you keep thinking about it, like you're listening to the news, and every time they are saying something, and every time they say it, you're so angry. Why are they talking like this? What is going on? Before you know it, maybe let's say they say, oh, we are going to teach children in school about LGBT, and you get so angry. You start looking for other people who are also angry. Then, or you can organize and say, okay, where your children or the school closest to you or your children go to that school, you get the parents together and say, this is what is going on. This is what they're teaching our children. What can we do? Maybe one person will bring idea. Let us do a protest. And you lead the protest. Peaceful protest. Carry placard. We don't want this. You stand by the gates. You have made a change. You have stirred up something. And the local authority will listen. So be driven by people's problem, by the societal problem. So the more you think about it, the more you see the problem, the more you see that need. There will be hunger, there will be anger, holy anger, there will be excitement, there will be intense desire to see a solution, to bring the solution. When you are in that level, please don't go down. Just ask questions. How can I bring this thing to pass? Do some research. The more you think about it, the more you start feeling that if I don't put myself forward, no one else. I think if I don't do this, nobody else will do it. But if you are the person that says, there are many people already doing it, my dear, your passion is dead before arrival. Oh, I know that person will do it. I know the government will do it. You will never do anything. You will never cause any change. Or even in church, in your ministry. If you they call evangelism, or the church is not evangelizing at all, and you feel comfortable, but your passion could be, why is it our church? Nobody ever talks about evangelism. And it's consuming you so much. Because whenever you go out, look at drunk people. Look at people living in darkness. Look at this. So it will become so high that one day you will run to a leader, maybe your pastor or something, and say, why is it you don't do evangelism, pastor? I am ready. I am ready to do it. And before you know it, people will gather around you. So get that passion, put yourself forward. Don't ever think somebody else will do it. Let that person be you. Again, let that passion, let that drive be so important. I'm talking of activating your faith, your passion. It is when you have a passion and it is important to you. It's important to you for those students to go to school, for them to wear uniform. It's important to you for your street to be clean. It's important to you that there's no more stabbing on the street. It's important to you that the church has enough money. The church has bought their property. The church is praying. If it becomes very important, the church must evangelize. We must help these people. When it becomes important more than your personal food, your personal comfort, you will do something about it. So what is it that is important to you? What is it you want to change that's important? So when your passion for something becomes intense, you become restless. And you will find yourself thinking about it so much that it will consume you. It will consume you that anybody around. The Bible says in Habakkuk, write the vision on a table. That means speak about it. Let people hear about it. When it says write it on the table, it's not talking about just write it here or put it in a notebook and look at it and close the book. No. What he says is that write it. He said that he may read it. He that readeth it will run with it. That means speak about that thing so much. Talk about it so much. Let people around you say, can't we hear something about this? Like you wake up, you like talking about marriage people. Every time you talk, you want to talk about marriage. Because you want to see change in marriage. So you will talk about that is writing it on the table. So the more you talk about it, the more you find reason to step out. If you just silence it, I don't know, there's nothing I can do about it. I don't even know, I don't have. It will just die. So that passion, you have a passion, you have a zeal, you have a purpose, you have a dream, you have a vision. But you have killed it because you have made up your mind that it is not me, I can't do it. So I'm going to just quickly finish this because I want to look at about 12, it's even so much, things that you must do to activate your passion. One, think of service first. What is propelling, even if you want to make money. There's one girl that I watched with the mother on TikTok. They're here in the UK. Their father is a billionaire. The girl's father is a billionaire. So they started this TikTok. The woman will always show, maybe she will go to Dubai and she will be showing all the expensive toilet seats, all the expensive that, all the expensive that. And the daughter was a girl of about 8, maybe 10 years. She has bodyguards. And when she goes to shop, the first thing she started, they said one day somebody was interviewing her, they asked her, how much is your earring? This girl will say 6,000. How much is the ring? She will say 10,000. And people were screaming. And they were doing this. Suddenly the girl, I don't know how she saw homeless people on the streets. And that day, just from nowhere, she said, Mom, every time we drive past through and we're going to the business, I think they also have a business, they sell bags, ladies' bags, very expensive. So why are those people always sitting there? The driver said, those are homeless people. She said, homeless people, how? A child, she was so inquisitive. And they explained to her that these people don't have a house, they don't have food. My God, this girl now, she went home, she troubled her dad, troubled her mom. We need to do something. She was no longer interested. This is a child that we go and hire a private jet. A child, I'm talking of 10 years. Hire a private jet just to show people how it is. Suddenly she hated, she doesn't want to do that again. The father will give her money, she will go and buy expensive things, she will buy food stuff, and she will go by herself with her mom and her bodyguards in London and distributing food. So, for you to do that, service comes first. So find out what is missing, what is needed, or what is lacking in your area, around you, in the world. What is it that is missing? 3, don't be satisfied by having everything you need, but think of public good. Think of how to resolve in your heart to be part of the solution. And you must be intentional. Intentionally search for answers on behalf of others. Intentionally step back. I say, if I am going through this and I am praying and I'm surviving it, how is that person that doesn't know God surviving it? It must be difficult for this person. So you step out. Number 4, research and find out more. Do some studies, ask questions. about that thing that you have discovered that you want to meet. Number 5, gravitate towards that thing. Don't be pointing at it. Don't be pointing at it. I remember when I was a counselor, and I would drive around my ward. My ward was Edgeware. I would drive, at times from office, I would just enter into the car. I was thinking, what can I change? I cannot just be answering a counselor, and I cannot just be waiting for people to call me that they have council tax problem. They have belly coming to their house. They have housing problem. What can I do when they don't come to me? I would drive around. Then I noticed that there were senior citizens that were walking, and their walking is a kind of exercise. There were people, I now went back, I drew up, and I raised the motion that we need to build gym in the park. And they gave as money that's given. So we used that and started the gym. Now, almost every park have gyms. Because I was thinking, how can I help? What can I change? So I will have to gravitate towards it. Be curious. Let your love for that increase. Let it increase so much that it's compelling. Number 6, look out for opportunity. So pour out that passion. Activating it, as I said, I told Mommy Jane, and it applies to all of us. We cannot, God has put it in your heart. Let's not wait for God. It's already there. Gravitate towards it. Look for opportunity. Like you have already found it. You have helped 1 person. You have helped 2 people. You have helped 3 people. You can do 100. You can even get to the point where you employ other people. And the good thing about UK is that the system has built it into people that people are ready to volunteer. Even people looking for work experience will want to volunteer. I know a woman who came to UK, she wasn't speaking English language. Now she went to ESO class, and she was so intrigued that she didn't pay money. And she started thinking, so how can I help people? One of her daughters, the school will say, okay, you go and find a place and do work experience for 2 weeks. And Juma said, aha, that is it. So she began to go to companies. I said, do you need people who can just do free work for you? And they said, yeah. So I have students who want 2 weeks. They will just work for you. You don't need to pay them. If you want to give them transport, you can do that. Schools began to sign up. Schools. Then she began to make inquiries, which is what government agency coordinates this. She connected to them and she registered with them. So whatever she does, she works with the government agents. Just because she wanted to give back. And she saw opportunity because her daughter was searching to do those 2 weeks and she didn't find a place. She decided that I'm going to tap into it. So she could have been sitting there and say, I'm waiting for this. No. She stepped out. She took that opportunity. Number 7, what will people say in you needs to die? You're a child of God. You're a child of God. Our Master Jesus, all the good things that he was doing, he was still criticized. There were people that didn't believe in him. But he knew that he has a purpose. He knew that he had a zeal. So please forget what people will say. They will say, oh, she was doing it for self-promotion. Yes. Yes. So what, and then what happens? Later they will come and understand what your passion is. They will say, she's always looking for attention. Yes, you may be correct, but I know what I'm doing. So we must come to that because that is one of the strongholds. What will they say? I'm not qualified. You don't need to be qualified. Number 8, you must kill fear for failure. Fear for failure must die. Anyway, as a child of God, fear is not supposed to be in you. God has not given us the spirit of fear. So fear should not be in your dictionary. Not just fear of death or what. The fear of, okay, what if I start, it doesn't work? And so what? I start again. Or I start something else. I'm not the only person I have failed in life, and I'm not going to be the last. If you think like that, to be honest, nothing with God, there's nothing that will be impossible for you. You conceive it, you run with it. I remember a time when I was in this UK, someone said, oh, you are there. You have not even built the. I said, when I was coming to England, did you contribute money together and bring me here? So do I owe you apologies? Do I owe you anything? So I must build mansion for you to know that. I said, I don't need that. Please, anybody can build mansion, but that's not my dream right now. So you have to be able to, at times, you have to, there are some people that will throw it at your face. Look at what you're doing. What is it? At times, you need to speak out and say, look, you may not understand, but I have decided to do it. So we must be bold to face these threats. What people will say, what if I fail? What if I don't have the money? What if they don't listen? What if I apply for funding and they don't give me? You have to get to a point where if I have done my best and it doesn't work, I will put my hand on my chest and say, Chika, well done. Then number 9, risk must be attractive to you. Some of us don't like risk. No, risk must be attractive to you. Do something that looks, I'm not saying take dangerous risk, like Daniel. Daniel, some people, I heard of a man who said he read so much of Daniel, and then Daniel was thrown in the lion's den, and nothing happened to Daniel. And the man said, I need to take this kind of risk. And he went to throw himself into a lion's den. He was devoured. So there are different types of risks. But let some risks, let's say as a believer, some of you are already doing this. You can take some risks. They say, oh, if you preach the gospel, if you preach to in your workplace, they will imprison you. And so am I the first person that have been imprisoned in life? The people die inside that prison. If that is what I will achieve for the kingdom, I will do it. Then you pray that God will give you wisdom how to preach. So these are like an example of risk. Let every opportunity and step you take count for you. Wake up in the morning excited. This is the day the Lord has made. Lord, thank you for opportunities you have lined up for me. Lord, direct me to this opportunity. Maybe it is that day you discover the opportunity you are looking for. So let every opportunity count. Let every step you take count. Number 11, look, when you have found your passion, look for it, step out. Picture the end result. This one is so big. I like that. And it helps me. When you have a passion, don't first, like we talked about threats, don't just focus on the threats. What could go wrong? That is one of your considerations. But look, focus on, if I help that woman and their children are returned back from social care, I wonder how she will feel. That woman and the children will be so happy. You focus on that. That will push you more. So picture the end result of what you want to achieve. Then go ahead and create it. All of us here today, I want to challenge you. In the next 12 months, if you have already started, don't wait for the weather to be right. I want to know that you have gone further from where you are now. If you have not started, I want to hear that you have started. You have taken at least your first step, second step. Number 13, increase your willpower. Tenacity. But some of us are so soft. We can be broken. We can be disappointed easily. And then you have to start all over again to steer up your reason. Like some of you knew, when I stood for election, my term of service was 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 4 years. And in the 3rd year, I was suspended by a party. That could be, for somebody else, that could be the end of it. No, for me it's not. So what am I saying? Increase your willpower to withstand by the power of the Holy Ghost. That when something happens, you can bounce back quickly. So you have to go on your knees and build yourself up in your most holy faith. Knowing that God is behind you and beside you and ahead of you. Then physically, how did I get to a place where I built my willpower? I have looked at, I have gone, what have I been through? The worst problem I have been through before. I look at it, I look at the process before I came out and overcame. If I overcame that terrible situation, what is it I can't overcome again? You have your willpower becomes strong. Number 4, what is it that is stopping you? You have that vision, address it. Maybe you need to get a professional. You could book an appointment. There are times you can pay £50 for a professional. Like one thing that's like fundraising. You want to fundraise and you want to apply for funding. At times, if you do it straight, you may not, because it's a lot of people applying for it. So it's like going for job interview. So the best get it. So you may need to get a professional fundraiser and pay them or have an agreement with them. If you raise it, no fee, no, how do you say it? No win, no fee. You agree with them. You know what? This is a funding that is available. I want to apply for it. Let's have an agreement. If you apply on my behalf and you get money, I'll give you 10%. We share it, or you take 30%. So you negotiate, but you have to do something. Address what how you can solve the problem. The number 15, you are good enough. You are good to go, child of God. You are good to go. You are good to go. You are good enough. You can be the only one. Don't think that there's somebody else trying to solve that problem. You are the only one right there. You are the only one there. Number 16, kill perfection. Some of us want to start perfect. Whatever I'm doing must be perfect. That is a killer of vision. That's a killer of passion. You don't need to start perfect. Just start anyway. Then as you're going, you're honing it until it becomes perfect. Then kill insecurities in you. Don't wait until everyone agrees with you. With this few, I hope you have been stirred up. Because when your passion is intense, it becomes a purpose. It's because a purpose, a reason why you want to do something. At that point, nothing else will satisfy you until you have done that thing. Today, your passion, I want to stir up your passion, that there's nobody else doing that thing you want to do. Wake up and do it. Wake up and think about it. Wake up and make inquiries. There's no, you are good to go. There's no need of postponing it till next year. Just stand up. Don't say my passion is not stirred up. You're already stirred up. Just move into action. Don't be satisfied until that thing is done. God bless you. And let me add one more. Some of us look at social media as very bad. It is bad to those who think it is bad. There are people who have made it through the same social media. A pastor in Nigeria was not known, and he was not ministering to too many people. He was just ministering to few people. But when coronavirus came, he went into social media, the same social media that everybody says it's so bad, it's so bad. It is so bad because of what you see. Some of us are just attracted to our friends. They're arguing there. They're arguing, or is a place where they are showing their clothing, their jewelry, who is dressed in better. Then you will see heartache. You will have heartache. But if you have it that you want to change something, you will use it, you will see the benefit in it. So that pastor, a lot of you may be joining early morning prayer. What God cannot do does not exist. Jerry Eze, I met him here in 2019 in Wood Green. He was not known at all. How many people was he ministering to? The next year, coronavirus came, this young man used social media. Today, he ministers to thousands of people all over the world. The first award I got was 2010. Why did I get the award? That was when Facebook came out newly. A lot of young people, especially, let me say in Nigeria, there was joblessness. And people were waiting, oh, I have a degree, there's no job. I use social media. I was on social media. I was on social media and I won many souls. I won souls in thousands. I was mentoring people. They want to go into marriage, they want to do job, but they are thinking of career paths. I was writing. I had a group called the World Changers, World Changers. That time I had 10,000 members. Facebook at a time changed it and they cleared it. So you have to start all over again. So I didn't bother myself. Now they're like 200 or something there. I don't do that. That was about 10,000. And while I was doing that, people were sharing testimonies, and that they gave their life to Christ. Their marriages started working. They may not get a job, but they now have job direction. They started creating jobs themselves. And an African magazine got together and nominated me for an award here in London. The person, one of the political parties in Nigeria, their chairman and deputy mayor of London were the people that gave me the award. Our church members then, those who were in our church, were there in central London, just because of what I was doing on social media, because of influence I was carrying. So, my dear, it depends on what you see. People may be seeing negative things on online, but if you choose to see, the Bible said that when God created everything, he said all is good. They are all good. So bring out good out of that thing that is evil. So I pray that God bless you, that each and every one of you, that very soon we will testify and we will hear about you in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, Sister Sasha. Thank you, Mommy. Oh, bless God. Amen. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. We've really been blessed. We've really been blessed. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Ma.
Yes.
Thank you. Does anybody have questions or something to say before we close? Thank you, Amanda.
Yeah, Ma, I wanted to say it's been such an informative afternoon. And I'm really happy that I joined, but I wanted to sow something into your ministry as well. How do I give to just sow something, because you've taken your time to bless us. So I'd like to be a blessing to you. Just a small little something as a thank you. How do I do that? Do you have an account number or?
Yes, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sister Sasha. I will send you my card number. Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I do appreciate it. Thank you.
Do you have it? Do you have it so that you can put it here on the system now? Do you have it?
Oh,
because
okay.
Everybody on the system who wants to bless you.
Okay, if you insist, because that's not why that was not my driving force at all.
Yeah, we know, but it's been such a blessing. I was going to go for afternoon nap, but now I'm thinking I need to get on that laptop and, register the charity and just do some research on how I can get this moving.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Go ahead and do it.
And Mama, the thing is, if it was in the circular, world, the time that you have spent with us here, hey, you see the invoice. So, we want to appreciate you, really. Yeah. Because if it's in the circular world, they will charge us even whatever, So we really want to bless you.
Oh, thank you.
If you can put the details down here for all of us, because I'm sure most of us on the system would like to do that.
Oh, thank you. But please, it's not compulsory. Please don't. If you don't have, I didn't have that in mind. And yeah. So please, and also as you are doing it, opportunities will come. People want to reward you. Please take, because I used to shy away. A lot of people after 2010. A lot of organizations approach me that they want to give me an award. I say, no, I don't want to keep it. But the more I was saying, the more that are coming. So why? I didn't ask them. They saw, they acknowledged what I have done. So this year I have received one. There's another one they have come again, which is coming up in June. So you are doing it because it's a passion, but a time of refreshing will come. You may invest your money, you may invest your time, you invest your intellectual property, but a time will come that it will come back. Not just in heaven alone, because we are also, that one is going to be bigger, but here on earth, a time your reward will come. So thank you so much. I have enjoyed myself as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Okay, so if anybody wants to say something, wants to share something, then otherwise we'll close.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Mommy. This is Gloria.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I joined late. I wasn't feeling too good. I left my phone somewhere.
Okay.
I'm really glad that I joined because there is this something that has been in my mind that I supposed to have started, I think since 2000 and like 4 years ago. But I was just like, oh, I'm not qualified. I have a name for it and everything was there, but I just needed to talk to someone. But I keep putting it off. But joining today has really motivated me to like start like today.
Yes,
So I
please.
just want to say thank you so much.
Bless God. Please run with it. Don't wait. There's no atmosphere because something will always come up. Something else will always come up. There will always be a need. Let it be so important. Just step out, and before you know it, you are there. Thank you, everyone. Hello, Yali.
Thank you, Pastor C.
Yeah, go ahead. Is this Sister Landy? Somebody was saying something.
Oh no, actually, Pastor Chika, yeah, thank you for sharing with us today. Since I know you, like maybe 10 years, every time you used to come to those women's meeting, you used to motivate women about education and just doing things. You've been like this since, years and years and years and years and years. And really thank you for just helping me. I mean, you helped my family against the social service. Thank you for accepting the call. Sometimes you've got to thank people for accepting the call of God because it was not easy. But now you've helped so many children from being taken and families and all that. I thank you. And you're such an inspiration. Actually, my passion is because I was illegal in this country for such a long time. And I've been wanting to have a passion for ministry for the immigrants which are in detention center that are due to be deported, because some people in the detention center, they don't even have anyone to buy a call card or even to buy clothes, so that even when they go to Africa, they have something presentable to wear. Everyone just forgets about them. So this has been my passion, that I want to do this detention ministry, because there's people which have been here for years and years. And unfortunately, they were caught and all that, and now they're going to be deported and stuff. And when they get to detention center, they don't have anybody, So it has been my passion to start this prison ministry, to be praying for these people, to be supporting them in any little way that I can. So today you sort of rekindled me and rekindled my passion, because I always used to think I need to have A, B, C, D.
Oh, you became muted. Wow. Oh, sorry, we have lost Sister Land. Okay, yeah, she's back.
Thank you.
Okay. Well done, well done. Please run with it. You can call the detention centers. There's one in Gatwick area.
Yes.
There's one in Heathrow. They have two. In Heathrow, you have Combrook. Combrook is those that have decided we are taking them away immediately. Then beside it, they have Hammersworth. That one is so you can call them on the phone and ask the organization, how can I have access? Who I am, how can I have access to these people? You can visit. Then if they give you access, you can. They may start with not allowing you enter inside because it's a security environment. They may not allow you, but they may allow you to bring stuff there. And if you know one person who is already there, then the person gives you their number. You can speak with her, and from her, you can get other people's numbers. Then if you have their numbers, establish a relationship, you can book to go and visit. You call and say, I want to visit so person, not as a legal person, but as a befriender. Then you go and visit the person, have that chat with them. That's really a very good dream. It's something that not many people will think about it. And it's powerful. Thank you for sharing with us, Sister Landy. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, share. If you have anything to share, please feel free. Yoli, Pearl. Oh yeah, Pearl, you said you're at work. You're not able to say something. Thank you, everyone. Sister Temi, you want to say something? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, without much ado, Shabbat Shalom. Please try and give God tomorrow, whether face-to-face or online. Try and give God tomorrow.
Will you be doing this kind of thing quite often to check on us so that we are
okay. Okay. By God's grace, maybe after 3 months.
Yes.
Yes, we may gather together like this and review what we're doing.
Yes.
Please, if you need any assistance at any point, don't wait for the meeting. You can, even if you don't meet face-to-face, we can have a one-on-one on video. And we'll see. So I may signpost you to somewhere you may increase what you're doing.
Okay, that's very good. Thank you, Ma.
A pleasure, ma'am. Okay, good night, everyone.
Good night. And thank you for giving us all your time. Thank you for giving us all this time.
It's a lot of time.
Thank you.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
We really appreciate you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you, Sister Pearl. Okay, bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you, man.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you.